Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the Daily Show with Ryan and Jay, the show with the most divisive intro on all of YouTube. What's up, Jay?
Oh, man. Yesterday, I got a funny story to tell you. Something that you probably would never be a part of. Yesterday, me and Fear the Beardo and Krista, we went out for park hopping. We were live streaming from Epcot. And it went well for the most part. And when we were done, we went to the England Pavilion to get a drink. You know that? Have you ever been to that pavilion? I don't even know if you've ever set foot in that park all the years that you've been around.
It's been a while. It's been a long time since I've been to Epcot, but I understand the general concept of
all the countries
walking around. I remember that, yeah.
You just go there to drink alcohol. That's the main reason, right? So you go there to drink alcohol. So we went to the English Pavilion. And we're standing on the outside area, and Beardo's like, "I'm gonna buy you a drink, Jay. Let's get a drink and sit down for a minute. It's fine." So he gets, I don't know what he got, two drinks. I'm standing there waiting to get mine. Out of nowhere, dude, two overweight kids on a wheelchair come flying down, and they crash right. Beardo screams. He's like, "Watch out!" Everybody's like, there's somebody running after him, freaking crash into the side of the wall and hit me. My drink goes flying. Everything spilled. And I was like, "Are y'all okay? Right? Is everybody okay?" I don't know what happened. I guess the adult or somebody came and like felt horrible. Disney came out to make sure I was fine. Got us some free drinks. And that was my day. Of course, none of this was on camera, of course.
I was going to say, why couldn't this have happened while you were live streaming?
I don't know, man. It's aggravating. And we were just like, what the freak just happened? Like, how does this happen? Like, both the kids got out of the chair and walked out.
Wait, they were in a wheelchair or a scooter?
A wheelchair, like you got two broken leg wheelchair. Like you're supposed to wheel, with your hands. Not a scooter, nothing electronic. Apparently, and they were big kids. Apparently, they got in, they were horse playing on it, I guess. Being little rascals, and the brake released, and the weight just moved. And of course, came crashing right in to where I was standing. So,
like that scene from your favorite movie, Red Dragon.
It was pretty much. Except they weren't on fire.
Yeah.
They were like embarrassed. They got out of the chair and like ran to the corner. And then an adult came and got the wheelchair, and just brought it back over to the side. And they just gave me the old, didn't even say, "Are you okay?" or anything. The Disney attendance people came running. That was quite the scene.
That's wild. Jay's got a crazy life. You couldn't write a script. Like if you submitted a script to Hollywood, it was like, this is a story of some person's life, they would reject it because it's unbelievable. They think, no, this is probably something AI generated. This can't have actually happened to you. Like, that's wild.
It's unbelievable. And
Beardo
said the same thing. Beardo's like, of all places, we were here and I got to see it. It freaked me out because I was like getting the drink, and Beardo screams like, "Watch out!" Like screams like a freaking alligator's about to bite my leg or something. He like freaking screams. So I turned towards him. I didn't even see the wheelchair hit me from the back, but it also hit the railing, so I didn't feel the full brunt of the force. Kids freaked out. They saw that they hit. The drink spilled over. They got up and ran. Some adult got the chair and was like, and just went the other way. It's like,
that's wild. I had the perfect opportunity to smoothly transition into an ad, and then Jay just kept going with his story.
I kept talking. God
pretend
dang it.
Like Jay didn't. Jay, if you ever did want to submit that script to Hollywood, maybe you want a little help with AI, something like that to fine tune it, check your grammar, whatever it might be. We got a deal for you. With the huge advancements of AI, it's become a massive part of so many people's day-to-day life. It'll go. With the huge advancements of AI, it's become a massive part of so many people's day-to-day lives. And with that comes its own concerns. Did you know that Sam Altman recently said that ChatGPT can now reference all your past conversations? Is that something that everyone's comfortable with? An AI having complete and total knowledge and memory of all of your thoughts, all your business ideas, all these questions that you may or may not want to ask it? And more importantly, what are they doing with that information? Sam Altman said that ChatGPT will get to know more about your life. ChatGPT is the former director of the NSA sitting on the board. Alexa listens to you and recommends products based on your conversations. Well, Venice.ai lets you use AI without handing over your sensitive information. Venice utilizes leading open source AI models to deliver text, code, and image generation to your web browser. There's no downloads, no installation, or anything. They don't spy on you or censor the AI. Messages are encrypted, and your conversation history is only stored in your browser. AI can be extremely valuable, but we shouldn't need to give up privacy to use it. The Venice Pro plan unlocks the full platform features, including PDF uploads for summaries or insights, the ability to turn off safe mode for unhindered image generation, and the ability to change how Venice interacts with you by modifying the system prompt, limitless text, and high image limits. If you want to use AI without fear of handing over your most intimate thoughts to a corporation or the government, you can get 20% off on a pro plan using my link, venice.ai/GG, or use code GG. Again, that's venice.ai/GG and use code GG for 20% off a pro plan today. Here we go. I don't know why. It just like froze up when I first hit it. Just sat there and thought about it. And I was like, oh, shit. Then I was like,
did we have a little hiccup at the beginning, or was it me?
And then I thought, well, maybe it's delayed. Like maybe it's playing. So I don't want to hit it again because it'll stop playing. But I'm like, oh, fuck it. Let's hit it again. So there we go. Thanks for the smooth transition, Jay. It was perfect.
I tried. Also, people were asking, where was Krista? She was in the store that whole time. We finished the live stream. She's like, I'm going to go into the store. Me and Beardo went to go have alcoholic beverages. So, there you go.
Krista didn't partake, huh?
She came back and she was like, what's going on? What's going on? Because we were sitting there and then a worker came and they're like, again, are you okay? I was like, I'm fine. So she's like, what happened? What did you do, Jay? I was like, I didn't do anything. We're going to
cover a story 10 months from now that says local Florida resident sues Disney World for wheelchair accident. We should.
Just saying. I mean, even if I was, I wouldn't say anything yet.
Max Relax. Hail the 199. Thanks, Max. Alex McCarthy for 2. It's Friday. Meta PC code RK Outpost or Drunk 3PO or 199. Go check it down below. Thank you, Alex. The American Man. Shout out to Coldplay for uniting the internet for one day. I saw a lot of people saying that if you go to a Coldplay concert in general, it should be grounds for a divorce. But yeah, that was pretty wild. Chris Coran for 2. Be great this weekend, everyone. Chris, I don't know if you've seen it, but I showed it on stream the other day. I finally went and got this stuff. Look at this. Chicago Bears replica Super Bowl ring. My Walter Payton jersey's right over there. I got all the cards you sent, even the Ahsoka Tano figurine. So thank you, Chris. I finally got that box.
I heard Ryan drove 4+ hours to get it back and forth.
Not 4, 3. 3 plus.
Okay.
Yeah, Beardo fucking. He's like, here's where I live.
He lives like somewhere.
And I'm like,
I don't even know
Jesus. I literally said you might as well live in fucking Tampa. Like that's. You might as well just fucking be in Tampa because that's how far it felt away. But I was like, enough procrastinating. I'm gonna get it done. So thank you, Chris. My Dixie wrecked. Tampa Comic-Con, August 1st through 3rd. I get 2 extra free Busch Gardens ticks with my annual plan. Just saying, guys. I've never been to Busch Gardens, Tampa.
You want to bring us out there? Go hang out at Busch Gardens. It's not bad.
I've been Busch Gardens, Virginia.
Williamsburg.
A lot.
Yeah. Pretty good.
Especially when they do the Christmas thing there. It's fucking awesome.
It's very good.
That's one of my favorite things they do. You get all the different European nations and all this shit with all the Christmas decor. It's awesome. Christmas town, whatever they call it. Madney for 5. My heart goes out to Stephen Colbert. Also, Jay's life is basically a sketch comedy show.
It's something.
Well, maybe CBS is looking to replace their, they're looking for something else, Jay, for that late night window.
Yeah.
Maybe approach him with a sketch comedy, stories of your life intermix, something like that. Because it goes without saying that late night talk shows aren't exactly the same as they were 10, 15, 20, 25 years ago. When it used to be about, all right, 11:35 comes around and, Jay Leno or Letterman or whatever. And it was all about just kind of making people laugh for an hour. Kind of poke fun at a little bit of everybody, this president, that politician, this artist, this entertainer, whatever, right? It was really just about making people laugh. And, that's what people tuned in for. That hasn't exactly been the same for the past several years, as it's all become very one-sided, heavy political commentary, geared only towards about half of the potential audience. And we've seen late night ratings crater across the board.
Yeah.
But the person who has the highest of those ratings, of the late night ratings that have all cratered, is actually Stephen Colbert. Well, I should say it was Stephen Colbert, because that show is fucking done. CBS to cancel Late Show with Stephen Colbert, citing financial decision. And they are not just firing Stephen Colbert. The show's done.
Yeah.
After decades and decades and decades, Letterman handing off to Colbert, whatever it was, like, after decades, the show's just over. Like, it's not financially viable anymore. We are fucking done. And he made the announcement while he was recording yesterday. The crowd booed when they heard the news. I share your feelings. It's not just the end of our show, but it's the end of the Late Show on CBS. I'm not being replaced. This is all just going away. It's a fantastic job. I wish someone else was getting it. What's your take, Jay?
So no Late Show like they're just it's time to close the book on the Late Show comedy thing that they used to have on all these networks, because nobody cares anymore. It's a different time. It's just different. Like, the way we watch television is so different now too than when these things were really popular. It's like, if you wanted to watch a show, you either had to set your VCR or you had to be home at 8:00 or whenever it came on. Like, that's it. There was no, like, now anytime we want to watch something, it's whenever it's at our leisure. We just turn on streaming, things like that. I do want to share some, not to get too political or anything, but I just want to show how dumb people in our government are, because Elizabeth Warren wants a investigation because she says America deserves to know if his show is canceled for political reasons. So they want to take taxpayers' dollars and do an investigation because America wants to. Don't you want to know, Ryan, why his show was canceled? Don't you think we should spend our taxpayers' money to do an investigation because we're so sad that his show is canceled? Elizabeth Warren, Pocahontas, so sad. So that's what the government's saying about this cancellation. It's sending shockwaves everywhere. Shocking.
Well, that's the thing. If he was fired, if the show is canceled for making fun of Trump, even CBS recently settled a big lawsuit because of 60 Minutes, all this stuff, right? That's been in the works for a while. If he was going to get canceled or fired for making fun of Trump, I think it would have happened about 10 years ago. But the reality is, politics do have a big reason to me as to why this is happening. And it's not because he said this about someone. It's because across all of the late shows, I think something like in 2025, 99% of the hosts that they've brought on, or the guests that they've brought on, have been left-wing. They are only appealing in a changing entertainment landscape, because that's what it is. It's changing. You brought it up. Streaming, the way people watch stuff, cord cutting, people no longer watching right as something's airing on live television. They'll watch it some other time. All of these things play a factor. But when you combine that with alienating half of your potential audience, it's a disaster. And that's all that these late night talk shows have been about, whether it's shilling for the vaccine or like doing all of this stuff, man. And ironically, of all of the late night shows, Stephen Colbert, despite being on CBS, despite on ABC with Jimmy Kimmel, who who was not very happy. Jimmy Kimmel lashes out at CBS for canceling Colbert. Fuck you. You're next, Jimmy. You're next, Jimmy Kimmel. Like, whichever one of these things you want to look at, they have all just become completely one-sided politically, and they've lost their viewership. There's one show that has not and actually has risen and is beating them by a big margin, and that's Greg Gutfeld on a cable network, Fox News.
Crazy.
Which provides an alternative perspective, obviously, to what they're doing. And their ratings have soared. So, yeah, you know what? Politics is a reason that this is canceled, and it's because it turns so many viewers off in an already shifting entertainment landscape. I'm not going to feel bad. Fuck him. Nobody watches this shit anymore because of them. They're the ones that did this.
Soulmare says, my God, Jay's obnoxious. Why does he have to yell? My bad.
Yeah, it's true.
Sorry
Jay, I often get pissed because Jay is just so fucking loud all the time.
Sorry about that, man.
It's just annoying.
I try not to be much obnoxious here. The mic is right in front of him. Pie hole. Wait, hold on. Let me get this straight. My God, Jay is obnoxious, period. Why does he have to yell? Question mark, exclamation point. The mic is right in front of him. Pie hole. So I want to make sure I got that right. Thank you.
Yeah, I agree with that guy.
Yeah, I know. Sorry.
Somebody said Craig Ferguson. Dude, Craig Ferguson should have replaced Letterman. The Late Late Show with Craig Ferguson was fucking awesome. I watched it forever. I thought he was hilarious. I think it would have been a really great replacement. But didn't happen.
Yeah, he's got a much nicer pie hole.
Craig Ferguson?
Yeah.
I never thought much about his pie hole, but
as a cripple, I'm sorry. I started that because I thought that was a great comment.
As a cripple, I feel represented. Yeah, cripple's trying to take Jay out. Jay's really mean to people that go around parks on scooters and stuff like that. Notoriously, Jay's been very rude to them. So it makes sense that somebody was just trying to get a little payback. They saw their opportunity. They took it.
Yeah. Tried
to make it look like an accident. Pretty clever.
My favorite trolls in the chat, too. How you doing, sir? Sorry. All right, I'll turn the chat off. I know it distracts me.
You probably should, yeah.
Yeah. All right, chat. I'll see you next week. I'm going to private chat.
Bye, chat. Let's see. Where the fuck did I go? Joe Music for 5. I was on Reddit and some clown said Superman does not have international appeal like Marvel films, so that's why the box office is so low. I mean, that's the cope that they're going for. We went over that the other day, though. I showed the history of Superman at the box office, and the last Superman debut was Man of Steel. That made almost 100 million more internationally than it did domestically. You can even go back to 1978, back when everything had a higher domestic box office. Superman had a higher international box office.
Yes.
Because it had worldwide appeal. And I think that I think it's a stupid, silly thing for them to do to try to shy away from the American nature of these heroes like Superman,
of course,
and like Captain America, because you cannot remove that connection. Everybody associates them. One's in the fucking name, Captain Goddamn America, right? Yeah. And then everyone views Superman. He is a hero for the entire world, but he is also distinctly American in terms of the way he was raised and what he represents and all those things. That doesn't mean that, well, Superman is he's just a representation of the current administration or whatever. No, we're talking about like the tried and true red, white, and blue, the spirit of America, American values, that type of thing, as opposed to whether or not this person's in office or that person's in office. And to try to shy away from it does you no good. That's who the character is. And that character still had international appeal.
If America's so bad, why so many people want to get in here?
Yeah. Why y'all fucking climbing over our fences and digging tunnels under our shit and fucking floating 50 miles for some shitty little island? Like, yeah, y'all want to be here. We get it. Stay the fuck out. Gunverse Bro Job for 5. Did you hear Israel's boycotting Superman's James Gunn over the Israel versus Palestine allegory? I'm gonna be real.
God.
I'm gonna be real. I don't know how many Israelis are actually boycotting or whatever. I think that you can throw any type of conflict you want on top of that.
Yeah.
That's kind of the way I see it. But a lot of people are like, well, this very specifically is obviously, and some people are like, I love that they did this, and some people are like, I hate that they fucking did this.
Yeah.
And to me, I'm like, it felt like that could be any type of conflict that you want to argue yourself into.
I just saw somebody
this
argue.
is as somebody who does not like the movie, just for the record.
Just saw people arguing. They're like, I'm not watching this because Superman hates the Jews. I'm like, what? Well, I missed something in the. I think I missed something in the movie.
What the hey, dude? I don't hate Jews. Chronicling Mayhem. Pooh paid them to hit Jay. Revenge of the Pooh.
It might have been. I might have been.
Logan Johnson revived Taika Waititi plus Judge Dredd's. What the fuck? Recipe for Disaster Bros. We're gonna talk about that later. Are you a Judge Dredd guy?
I like the movie, but not so much. Didn't follow it too much.
The Carl Urban movie.
Yeah.
No one really likes the Stallone movie.
The Stallone one, yeah, was a little rough, but the other one I thought was great.
We're gonna talk about that a little bit. Paper Liger. Break out the champagne. Make way for the new and still somewhat based. Thanks, Paper Liger. I don't know why it's not showing me your profile picture.
It's a tiger plushie.
On my screen, it's just yellow.
Oh.
Like, it's just a big yellow block. That's weird. Gunverse Bro Job for 5. All late night talk shows should be yanked off the TV, replaced with dead air. All I have to say about the situation is, oh no. Anyway.
They got to bring back those 3 a.m. infomercials with Russell Crowe singing everyone's favorite hits. Well, he's got an album out.
I have seen clips from the Russell Crowe album.
We need those infomercials, man. I think it's great.
Over on Rumble, Ronan for $1 says, I'll pay you this much to play the G&G intro again. Just $1.
$1, huh?
Nader's Bricks for $1 on Rumble says, Beardo should have screamed, no.
Oh, look at that. Soul Mirror sent me a super chat after saying that I was yelling in the mic.
Soul Mirror for Jay not being a bitch. FYI, I'm a chick. XOXO.
Kisses and hugs back at you, Soul Mirror. Woo!
There you go. Now Jay's thinking about your pie hole. Thank you.
Want to come over to my house and play with my Accubus? There we go.
That's how Jay counts up all his money from 9 line.
I know. I'm sorry. It's Friday. I'm in a good mood. Sorry, Ryan. Just happy.
That's all right.
Accubus. It's an inside joke. Sorry.
I'm in a normal mood. River Miles for 5. Follow the wampum. Elizabeth Warren. Ariel Key for 5. Jay, Elizabeth Warren isn't Pocahontas. She's Pocahontas.
Oh, sorry.
And Jeanette. Nothing on these late night shows has felt like the truth for a while now. The celebrity guest could just as easily be reading from a script. Hi, by the way.
Hi. Hey, happy anniversary.
Anniversary?
Yeah, she posted on her Twitter. It's her anniversary.
Happy anniversary. May you have many more, Ann Jeanette. Westward Smile. Jay is the best.
I don't know about that, but thank you.
Sir Paladin Thundercake for 5. Stephen Colbert. Bye. Flag it. Try to really pronounce that right. Alex McCarthy for 2. As a cripple, I stand with Jay.
Thank you. And the correct word is abacus, just so you know.
Boba Fett. David Cornswell's on Rick Glassman's podcast. Seems like a really good and fun dude. Despite not liking the movie, I have thoroughly enjoyed a lot of the David Corn Sweat like tour, the podcast, like all the stuff he's going on.
The
He
Star
seems
Wars
really
stuff.
cool. He's a massive.
Yeah.
He really likes Star Wars. He really cares about. He had this great James Bond rant about Casino Royale and stuff. I really like David Corn Sweat as from what I've seen of him as a person throughout a lot of this stuff. I wish I would have liked the movie better. But yeah,
perfect. It's a perfect tour for an actor to go out and talk about things he loves. He's talking about his crush of Natalie Portman. My first crush was Natalie Portman in Star Wars. I was like, man, that's good.
How old is he?
I don't know.
Is he around my age?
Nah.
David Corn Sweat age. He's 32.
Yeah.
He's 32. He's 4 years younger than me. Jesus Christ. But I mean, Natalie Portman 100% was probably one of my first, like the ones that like stand out. Fucking
Attack of the Clones.
It's like a 12-year-old or whatever. How old was I for that? Probably about 12. Yeah, seeing her in those fucking outfits in Attack of the Clones. I understand why Anakin fucking murdered so many people. I would too for that. You kidding me? I do way worse than Anakin did. To be honest. The Night Friar. Stephen killed his own show over politics, actually. Lexicon Hellhound. I think China will be watching less Hollywood in general since its movie production has exploded.
That's actually a good point.
There is a significant decreased interest in China for anything from Hollywood in general. But there still are things that do pop over there. I mean, Jurassic World Rebirth is, that's made $60 million in China so far, something like that. I'm sure the next Fast and Furious movie will make fucking $2 quadrillion in China.
And
they always do really well in China for some reason. You ready to see AI Paul Walker?
Yeah. Maybe they'll make an animatronics out of him like they did Walt Disney.
I suppose they could. Look at Jay. Jay's thinking about transitions. That's what I'm talking about. That's my partner right there. That's my partner. And yes, Jay, we've known for quite some time that Disney was working on a special animatronic for Walt Disney. And personally, I can't pretend to be some massive fan of Walt Disney. There's people out there that know everything about Walt Disney, like all this stuff, like historians. I cannot pretend to be one of those people. And I know that Walt loved the advancements in technology, this idea of animatronics, all this stuff. However, would he want himself made into an animatronic? I guess that's not a question I can answer. His family seemed to be a little bit upset about the entire thing. Well, once we started seeing pictures of it out there, it looks a little creepy. It doesn't really look like Walt Disney very much. But
Man,
they had the big opening day for it yesterday, right, Jay? Their big public release.
It was Disneyland's 70th anniversary yesterday. Bob Iger, Josh D'Amaro, all these other people, they were all out. And this was the big day for this animatronic show that featured Walt Disney talking to the audience. They hyped this up for 6 months. That this is going to be something you don't want to miss because it captures the spirit of Disney. And look what it did on opening day. The spirit of Disney.
He was the happy one. I always said he's the smart Disney.
Oh my God. What do you think of that?
Do you hear everybody? Oh, it broke down. He did a little shimmy when he broke too. Watch when he gets up. Like, look at that little shimmy shake dance. It freaking broke. You had months. This was supposed to be a big event. Bob Iger was there. Everyone was there. You had invited celebrity guests there. Everyone was there. And this was the brand new opening. You had months to get this thing right. And what does it do?
Bro, he froze like Biden. It's like a Mitch McConnell freeze, you know?
Sorry, I'm yelling again. Let me tone it down.
Like that is, look, you're always going to have some technical stuff, whatever. But obviously, this is the big thing, man. The first day they're debuting it to the public. And fuck, bro. And there was already a lot of people that had questions about the idea of doing this in general and how kind of strange it looks. And it really doesn't look like Walt Disney. And you know, another thing that was talked about was they didn't use some sort of like AI to recreate the voice or anything. Instead, they decided to use like archival footage. But then the sound seems kind of strange, and these are from different points in his life, so the quality differs from line to line that he says. I don't know if this was a good idea for them.
It's a terrible idea. There's no need. They actually, in Hollywood studios, they actually have a 15-minute film of a little documentary of Walt Disney, which I think is perfect. You sit down, it's just a movie. He just talks about, you know, how he went bankrupt a few times, how he created Mickey Mouse, his vision for the Disneyland park in California. And he talks a little bit about what he wanted to see in Florida as far as the theme parks there as well. Like just how he got these ideas. It's perfect. That's all you needed. And if you were interested in seeing that, you go in and you could sit down. This they hyped up to be some kind of like, we're bringing Walt back from the dead so he could walk around and talk to you. Now, for some strange reason, before, the animatronics at Disney, such as in Pandora, are fantastic. They did like a spectacular job. But just recently, from Tiana's Bayou to now this, and even like the new like Hall of Presidents stuff, they look really crappy. I mean,
I've always thought the Hall of Presidents things, they're very hit or miss. Some of them look like demons.
Yeah.
Like truly, like some of them look absolutely awful. It does seem to be a little hit or miss with those ones.
But I mean, even like we showed yesterday, that Disney Plus released the POV of a lot of the rides, and even in the freaking Tiana's Bayou, it's the animatronics are broken. Like I don't know if they even knew, but it's pretty sad. And then yeah, the great big reveal broke.
Didn't they lose a decent amount of their talent? Like by decent amount,
yes.
I felt like some people left and actually went to Universal. Right?
They went to Universal and helped create Epic Universe. So the animatronics at Epic Universe are fantastic. So, and you've seen them, like Frankenstein, and even that the entire Monsters, the Monsters ride is filled with animatronics. So that look amazing. So, and here you have like the legacy of Walt Disney broke day one.
Yeah, there you go. And like I said, I can't pretend to be some massive, huge. Oh, I know Walt would have hated this. I can't pretend to be one of those people that like knows everything about him or whatever. But a lot of people are upset that they decided to bring him back that way.
John in the chat says the park didn't look very busy when you were streaming at Epcot yesterday. That is correct. We pointed that out, and we were showing wait times that at Epic yesterday were between 5 to 15 minutes per ride. There was only one, the Cosmic Rewind, that had a 60-minute wait. Other than that, everything else was pretty much a walk-on. Pretty wild summer for theme parks to be that empty. So
sounds good if you're going.
We'll see. Yeah, I mean, if you're going in that heat and all that stuff. Like today, they just announced a heat advisory for people over at Universal and Disney, saying, yeah, you know, be very careful. And that usually when they do a heat advisory, they have like stations set up where they give out. I mean, water's free at all the parks anyway, but they'll set up more areas for that. But
how hot is it supposed to be today?
103, I think, possibly.
Well, it feels like 103 now.
Yeah, it's true.
And it's 11:30, which probably means it's going to get up there in terms of the feel like it's probably going to get up there 105, 110 something.
It's true. Cool. So nasty, man.
Kill me. Chris Coran, hey Jay, you gonna cover 3 detectives?
Nope. Wow. Thanks for asking though.
Wild man, looking good today, Jay. Getting fit, brother.
Thank you.
Patty McShane. Jay, you hear Jeremy try and say afuera? Priceless.
I don't really watch the show. Sorry, real quick before you continue, just to show you, like some people were asking, Walt Disney World and Universal under heat advisory feels like temperatures as high as 108 today.
Wow, that was pretty damn close with my
yeah.
guesstimates.
So they put that on there. Just wanted to share that real quick to show you that that's what was going on.
Don't people in the UK melt when it gets to like 75 there or something?
They don't have AC. All my UK friends, I'm like, yep, why don't you turn the air conditioner on? And they're like, huh? We just have fans. God bless America.
Gunverse Bro Job for 10. I just saw a cover of Vanity Fair magazine with Pedro Pascal on it that says everyone wants a piece of Pedro. I hate that wokies in the media are brainwashing us and thinks he's so fookable. I think for men he is. But yeah, that article came out a week or a week and a half ago.
I think for men he is.
Yeah. A week or a week and a half ago. And wasn't that the one where they did the weird hands on the face thing?
Yeah. Oh, dude.
And
then someone put your face on there for F&T.
Somebody did reface me.
Oh.
Tobias next for 10. The only late shows I consider good were Craig Ferguson and Graham Norton, who hardly talked about movies or politics, focused on just having fun conversations with guests. I love Craig Ferguson. Like, back when I was poor and we didn't have cable, I always watched Craig Ferguson. Maximus BT, are you retarded?
Man, you should have sent shiitake.
Thanks, Maximus. Westward Smile, Jay, Neefs, a new hat. Which should I get?
How about a Vindicta one? Right there.
Looks dirty. Are you still there? Oh, yeah. You froze for a second on my screen. I don't know if that was me or you. The Skywalker Club Productions for $5. The strongest part of Superman was the casting for Lois and Clark. I'm dreading the F4 casting for Reed. I do think the cast in general is well cast.
I agree.
And I think there's a future with those characters. I think that I would like to see not James Gunn directing the next one. Bungles Twanger. There's a great new sci-fi movie called Nixie you should check out. seedandspark.com/fun/Nixie. Great story with great characters, unique plot. Well, thank you for the info, Bungles Twanger. Nixie. Mo Zamboni, wait. Or Walt looked like he was about to do Smooth Criminal.
No, there's nothing. People probably waited like 2 hours to get into that show, and then it just dies. Sorry, folks. The ride's closed.
Tobias for 5. With how fast Walt is spinning in his grave, you could power all of Disneyland on just his corpse alone.
That's true.
Did they not do a single test run? Jesus.
That's pretty good, Tobias. That's a good one.
That is a good one.
That's a good one.
Logan Johnson, that's nightmare fuel. Yeesh. But oddly enough, kind of funny. I mean, it is funny. I would be pissed if I'd waited to see it and it broke down, but Domo Arigato, Mr. Disney Bato. Thanks, Snacks. Derek PG Beller on Rumble for $1. Old days of theorizing over our favorite franchises are over. Now that's moved to gaming like Five Nights at Freddy's and Poppy Playtime, as well as YouTube series like The Back Rooms. Yeah, I don't get the Poppy Playtime shit. B. Barrett for 2. Been enjoying the meltdowns over Zelda casting. Cope and seethe, gender activists. Yeah, trans people are very mad that a woman got cast to play Zelda. Ronan for $1. Ryan, you cheap bastard. Buy a bigger shelf that in case football doesn't fit. It's hanging off the edge. Hanging off the edge there. It's okay. And if I bought a bigger one, it'd be tough for me to get in and out of here, to be honest. I like it the way it is. Funny Bunny Fortnite. If that's Walt's reanimated frozen head on that robot body, he looks great. Golden Nuggets. Good news, guys. That sense of dread and sadness is slightly less today. I'm becoming desensitized. Well, good news, Golden Nuggets. Bungles Twanger. Jay should check out the Disney Family Museum in San Francisco. Really cool shows. Really cool, and shows you Walt's personality and philosophy unfiltered by Disney. Didn't Disney want to put an animatronic in there at one point?
I don't know. I think he wanted to. If it was, I think it was like one of his older ones, like one of the ones that he hand created himself. But they do have that in the other museum at Hollywood Studios. You can go see if that's what I remember. Do you plan on going to the George Lucas Museum if that ever gets open? Because I know George Lucas will be at San Diego Comic-Con talking about that. Like a rare appearance about his museum that's about to open.
Potentially at some point. I don't think I would make a trip just to go there. You know what I mean?
I'm assuming it'll be in California.
But if it was surrounding something else or whatever, then potentially, yeah. If I had an opportunity, I was there. Yeah, sure, I'd go.
Yeah, I'd go.
But in terms of making a trip out just for that, I'm not sure about that. Greedy Graffiti for 199. Also, it might be interesting because you might go on like opening day and see one museum, and then he'll make some tweaks to it, and a couple years later, it's like a whole new thing. Greedy Graffiti, YouTube censorship and super chats is getting ridiculous. Well, I haven't seen any of the ones that have been censored, so it's tough for me to tell. Taker for 5. I thought Walt's animatronic was going to have a Mecha H-Man moment. All of Walt's pent-up anti-Semitism somehow crossed right over into the animatronic. Thank you. Johnny's decides to get on it. He wants to make Jay laugh. Shiitake.
It's the greatest super chat ever.
Golden Nuggets. I like new Lois's boobas. Rachel Brosnahan, attractive woman. Greedy Graffiti for 5. Coke and Star Wars have teamed up with a slogan, "Collect the Galaxy" in Walmart app. Well, they released a bunch of what do you call it? Like fucking Coke cans and bottles and stuff like that with images of characters and everything. Did we talk about that on the show?
No.
Wonder who I talked to that
if we
about
do,
then.
I don't remember.
But yeah, the thing is, one, I don't know why they're doing it now. They have nothing. Star Wars has nothing to promote. But then 2, it pales in comparison to the old school Pepsi Phantom Menace rollout. Those were badass and awesome.
Yeah. They had the Rey Kylo thing in that Coke one in the theater. It's like it was such a. Why do they do this like now? Is there like any particular reason they just decided to make a Star Wars commercial?
That's what I was saying. I don't really understand.
Yeah.
Like, maybe you should have thought about doing this next year, right before Mando and Grogu. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Or like, I could understand if they had a theater full of people wanting to see Episode 3, and they wanted to do that for the re-release of Revenge of the Sith, maybe. But it was just kind of weird.
Yeah, I don't know why they did it. It also just looks kind of lame and gay.
Oh, that's pretty obvious.
Like everything Disney Star Wars. So when I bought Coke Zero recently, I made sure I didn't catch any of that Disney Star Wars shit on there. You know what I mean?
There you go.
You know what I mean? Stocked up on the American logo ones for 4th of July. So I wouldn't have to buy any Star Wars ones, even by accident. Should we talk about Judge Dredd? I think we should. I got to get rid of this. Get rid of that. Let's pull this over here. Jay, yesterday, we got some news that people have actually been very excited for quite some time. Ever since 2012 and Dredd with Carl Urban came out, there have been a handful of people that are like, we need a Dredd sequel because maybe some people didn't like Sylvester Stallone's Judge Dredd, but a lot of people did like Carl Urban's Dredd. We've been hearing we need a Dredd sequel, Dredd sequel, Dredd sequel. Well, guess what? You're getting another Dredd movie. But be careful what you wish for. A new Dredd movie is in the works with Taika Waititi set to direct.
Gosh, man. How does he still get work?
You know what the funny thing is? He's supposed to be doing a Star Wars movie.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, he's supposed to be doing Star Wars.
He's supposed to be doing Star Wars. And remember, a couple years ago, that was like 4th on his list of priorities to get to. Now he's just announced he's doing something else before he's getting into his Star Wars stuff, which is a Judge Dredd movie. And I can't speak for you, Jay. For me, my only knowledge of Dredd comes from the movies that are out there. I've never been into the comics or anything like that. But I did think that Carl Urban movie, Dredd from 2012, 2013, whenever it was, I thought it was really good. I enjoyed it. The idea of bringing Taika Waititi's type of humor to that, I don't think it fucking works, man. You can't have humorous bits in it. You know, like you can't have humorous bits in it, but it has to be the right type of humor. Similarly, in the way to you can have certain type of humor in Thor movies, has to be the right type of humor. And we saw how that worked out and what he did to a character like Thor. Bro,
it just got worse and worse. It gets worse and worse with him. That's the thing. It's like, yeah, the Thor movies just, I mean, they just got worse and worse. I did not, forgive me, I did not know he did Rogue Nation. So
they're talking about the screenwriter, not Taika Waititi.
Oh, yeah. Drew Pierce. Okay. Yeah. But what has Taika Waititi done that you liked? Like, what has he done
that I liked?
Yeah. Does he have anything that
the thing he's done that a lot of people liked was Thor Ragnarok.
Correct.
I was in the minority for Thor Ragnarok because although I do think there's really good parts of the movie, especially the family dynamic stuff and everything, I felt like it was too much of a departure from Thor's typical characterization and what had been established in the MCU. And all of a sudden we started throwing in so much Taika Waititi type of humor into it that it threw me off and I didn't like it. And as it turns out, that was a fucking canary in the coal mine because that's what happened to the character. And it wasn't until Love and Thunder came out that everybody was like, oh yeah, I guess this doesn't work very well. So a lot of people did like Ragnarok, though. I can't take that away, even if I didn't particularly like what they did.
But he did direct your favorite episode of Mandalorian.
No, he didn't.
Not. Which
episode?
Did he not direct the one where the stormtroopers punching Grogu in the bag?
He did the finale for season 1. He did.
And then you had a little clip that you used to play every now and then.
I mean, that's the favorite thing. My favorite thing that Taika Waititi's ever done is when he had stormtroopers beating the shit out of Baby Yoda. I did enjoy that. But then they also made a joke of the entire stormtrooper thing because they couldn't shoot after they were just to supposedly have killed this one guy. Like, it was supposed to be a big emotional moment. I hate Taika Waititi. I just fucking hate him, man.
Yeah, look at this lineup. James and the Giant Peach. History of the World Part 2. Never saw it. Time Bandits 2024. Didn't see it. Flight of the Conchords, never saw that. Oh my gosh, he did Our Flag Means Death. That's right. He took a story of Blackbeard. Man, don't get me started on that thing. He took a story of Blackbeard and made all the pirates from the Golden Age gay and all in a relationship, and made a series that was canceled after I think it was maybe 2 seasons or after a season because nobody watched it, where Blackbeard was into marrying other pirates. He turned Thor gay. Everything about that last Thor movie was all gay. I mean, it's just, oh my gosh, someone's actually, yeah.
But no, this is funny, right? Because it's like,
Dredd
sequel, yes, Taika Waititi, fuck. Like, that's 100% what that gif is.
He's just gonna make Judge Dredd gay, probably. That's probably what he'll do.
I'm not looking forward to it, man.
No, it's, how does he keep getting work? I don't know.
Sucks a lot of dick, probably.
Yeah, maybe.
Who knows? Jesus Davila with a gifted membership. Thanks, Jesus. Max Relax with the gifted membership as well. Thanks, Max. Bullet Shepherd. Never forget, Walt was a based anti-communist that got smeared as anti-Semitic by commie-infiltrated unions in Hollywood, thus proving him right. He hired a Jew and a black as execs, even during segregation. That's what I assume you meant to say. Finish off there. Thank you, Bullet Shepherd. 0 for 2. Josh in the stream. Jay in the meme. Christopher Friedrichs, member for 2 months, just saw a homeless lady fall over on her bike. Thought you and Ryan would have appreciated seeing that.
I appreciate it.
Jay loves laughing at other people's misery.
Well, because I don't know, man. There's something about when people stumble and fall. It's like it's funny.
Almost every time I'm out with you anywhere, Jay, you trip at some point.
I know, but I don't fall. I have a stumble and I usually catch myself.
I haven't seen you fall yet.
Yeah.
Oftentimes, it's because you're walking too goddamn slow and I step on one of your feet. And
all it takes is a little rock, dude. If I step on a little pebble, it throws me off, man. And
you know, when you just hit the like the heel of somebody's shoe as they're walking, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, that's rough.
You have like a very extra response to it, though. Like for me, when that happens, I'm like, what the fuck? For you, it looks like you just got shot. Like you almost go down when that happens to you. Like you're almost fucking done.
Tall and fat. What are you gonna do?
All right. Where am I? Tobias for 2. Another finger curls on the monkey's paw. We saw that. I think there was a gif of that. X in Wonderland. Great. We're gonna get Dredd, Law and Thunder.
Yes.
I am the law.
Mm.
You got a pretty mouth for $1. Thanks. John Ease. I'll ruin your mythos in a minute, baby. That's what he said about Thor.
And he kept true to his promise.
Beardo's Dorito-shaped body for $2. Ryan, are you a Cubs or White Sox fan? I'm a fucking Cubs fan. Since birth. Fuck the White Sox. Chris B. I'm guessing Carl's having trouble financing for Dredd 2 and asked Taika, who he worked with before on Thor 3, to help him secure it. There is no confirmation at all that Carl Urban's going to be involved. Like all we know is a Judge Dredd movie with Taika Waititi. Like that's it. We don't have.
You're right. Where's the Star Wars project? Yeah, Star Wars just announces everything, man. Everyone's doing a Star Wars. And how long did it take for finally Rian Johnson to come out and be like, yeah, guess it's not really happening. You know, sort of. Golly.
Yeah, and I mean we saw Carl Urban yesterday. Is Johnny Cage.
Yes.
I can't pretend to like be a big Mortal Kombat guy, whatever, but the trailer looked fun.
Nah, it'll be fun. It'll be fun.
It looked fun. Yeah, so I don't think there's any confirmation of Carl Urban being involved. Rolling the Wretched for $10. Good morning, Ryan. You don't need to wonder about Walt's feeling about being a robot. He specifically said he never wanted to be made into a robot. Jay, what did you think of Black Sails?
I love Black Sails a lot.
What did you think about all the gay shit in it?
That part sucked. But the prequel to Treasure Island, I thought they did a good job in capturing Long John Silver and all that.
I think it's really fun, yeah. The Common Nerd for $1.99. Thanks for the info yesterday, Ryan. You're no problem, the Common Nerds. My pleasure. Warbrer, you two are the deputy dog and musky muskrat of G&G. I don't even know what the fuck that means.
I don't either, but thank you. Deputy dog.
I do know who Deputy Dog is.
Musky muskrat? Musky? Like, when I say something's musky, it means they stink.
I feel like muskrats probably have a stench to them, don't you?
Who's It's a little weird thing. Okay.
A little weird thing, huh?
I mean,
Beardo's Dorito-shaped body for $2. Go Cubbies. Beardo fat. Thank you.
Here's the musky muskrat. Is this right? Probably. All right.
Got no idea what the fuck that's from. Ninroku for $1 on locals. Jay, here are some doubloons for you to yell louder next time. Have a great weekend, everybody. You know, one more thing, just briefly, that we can touch on, since we got a couple more minutes here. Always got some like random backup stuff to talk about. Jay, did you see that tickets for Christopher Nolan's Odyssey movie went on sale a year before release?
Is that the longest stretch for early ticket sales?
I don't know if we've ever seen anything quite like that before. Now, it only opened up in a handful of the big IMAX theaters, the 70 millimeter IMAX, like stuff like that. They basically sold out almost immediately, and they are getting resold on eBay for hundreds of dollars. Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey's already made $1.5 million in IMAX pre-sales. Movie tickets are reselling for over $300. The movie doesn't come out for a year. So I think you can safely say that this movie is not going to probably undergo a delay, considering how confident they are in releasing pre-sales now. But almost all tickets were snapped up within an hour of going on sale at midnight Thursday, prompting a resale market as high as $300 to $400.
Wow. Only in America. Only in America would someone pre-buy a ticket a year in advance. Who knows what's going to happen in a year in your own life?
Yeah, I cannot imagine making plans to go see a movie. Fucking, look, I do think, despite a couple questionable castings in a thing that has like 50 different people, and I think a lot of the castings are actually like fantastic, really talented people. A handful of them were like, I don't think you should be in this movie. Go fuck yourself. But I hope that it is awesome. I hope that the Odyssey is badass and amazing and Nolan blows it out of the water. So I will go see this movie when it comes out. I could not imagine pre-ordering a ticket a year in advance for this thing. That's nuts. Unless I was going to sell it for $400, I guess then I would.
Yeah, but who are the people buying it for $300-$400 a year in advance too? Like what? It's just, are the actors going to be there watching it with you? Like what is this? You get a special popcorn bucket? It makes, yeah, you're right. That makes zero sense. New York City a year from now could really be a place you don't want to be. For some, it's already there now. So it's like, you want to buy it. Yeah.
And it's not just America, Jay. Over in London, in Australia, Czech
sold
Republic,
out?
Canada.
Did that say it's sold out in London?
Yes. Now, it's a very limited number of screenings, and it's only on the big official like 70 millimeter IMAX screens, right? Which most of the IMAX screens we go to are not those ones. They're like the kind of faux IMAX, whatever. They still call it IMAX. But there's a lot of people very passionate about. I'm sure that Jeremy's probably one of these dumb fucks, honestly. Jeremy's probably one of these people. He's a huge Christopher Nolan fan, and he always has to go see it in the real IMAX. He'll drive hours to go see it in a real IMAX theater.
That's right.
So
he'll probably drive all the way here to Orlando just to see.
It's like I say about Super Bowl tickets or whatever else. I might think it's crazy to go do something like this, but you know what? People are doing it. People are paying it. And people are apparently willing to pay hundreds of dollars to go see this thing opening night in real IMAX to see Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey. So hopefully it's good. We've seen one little tiny trailer for it that revealed nothing other than the Punishers in it. And the reason I said we knew John Bernthal was in it, but he speaks exactly like the fucking Punisher.
I'm saying, John Bernthal, it looks like the Punisher with a hoodie.
He talks like him too. But yeah, it's kind of wild. Thought we'd hit that real quick. Isaac for 2. Hail Ryan, Jay, and chat. Have a great weekend, all.
Thank you, Isaac.
Thanks, Isaac. Andre CR, Muskie Akabooz. that a joke? I don't know what it means. You got a pretty mouth for a buck. Thanks. I will say I have my doubts about Mortal Kombat 2, but seeing the trailer and Carl Urban as Johnny Cage has got me hyped. Definitely be better than the last film, calling it now. I saw people were really unhappy with the Jade casting, I think, which I think I understand why, but I didn't even catch it in the trailer because I really don't know that much about Mortal Kombat. Greedy Graffiti. Craig Ferguson had game. He'd be macking on them hot hoes. Yeah, he really would. He really would. And I think, Jay, we all caught up. Look at that.
Awesome.
What do you got going on this weekend, Jay, that you want to tell anyone about?
I'm immediately heading over to Heel vs. Babyface. I believe that's the channel, to close out Saints and Sinners. Record numbers of books sold this year. That's pretty awesome. So thank you guys for showing up for that. So I'm going to go over there and join those people for the closeout. And that's about it.
Nice.
Yeah.
There you go. I don't know what I'm going to do other than I will be on FNT about 4 hours from now. So
sounds good.
Other than that, that's it. Thanks for hanging out. We'll talk to all you motherfuckers on Monday, unless Jay abandons me again.
No,
and maybe not.
I'll be here.
All right. Bye, everybody.